Today, we're back at the gem that is London City Airport, flying with Swiss Airlines operated by Helvetica to the beautiful city of Zurich. Welcome back on board. I've just stayed the night at Courtyard, which is brilliant because it's literally only 3 minutes walk from the airport. I wasn't actually staying here last night, but I'll explain why later in the video. Okay, so I said 3, it's probably more like 5. So London City is one of those amazing airports. You can turn up 20 minutes before. Just be in mind, the check-in closes 20 minutes before. Today's flight departs London City Airport at 8:05. I'm here way too early though at 7 AM, so let's have a look at the details for today's journey. The flight will take approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes and covers a distance of 482 miles. If you're not familiar with London City Airport, it's on the back door of Canary Wharf, which is London's financial hub. 11 different airlines use the airport, with one of the biggest players being British Airways City Flyer. Flying to over 50 destinations, and the airport is 32 years old. It also has a tough time because of its proximity to its neighbours, so it has tough noise restrictions as well as the type of airplanes that can be landed here. And it's also a very short runway with a slope of 7.5 degrees and a length of 1,080 metres, which requires planes to apply the brakes and put the engines on full before takeoff. And now it's up to the gate. Just to briefly explain, last night I was actually staying at Travelodge, which is a decent hotel, but I had to change rooms twice because of a screaming child, and then the noise insulation is absolutely terrible. Knowing I wouldn't sleep, I basically decided to check out at 11 PM and going down the road to the much quieter and also much lovelier Marriott's Courtyard, a full review for which can be found on our channel. So if you're going to gate 24, it's in the basement. Being a tiny airport, you get some very up close and beautiful views of the aircraft, which mostly consist of Brazilian-made Embraers. Today's flight is on this beautiful Helvetic E190-E2, and the E2 signifies that this is the updated and newer version, which is glorious. I previously got to experience the larger version of this, the E195-E2, flying with KLM from Birmingham to Amsterdam in business class. Let's go board the plane. London City's airport doesn't have any jet bridges, so stairs are required to board. No complaints from me though, as it's a beautifully sunny morning in August. I really love the blue LED lighting, and as you can see, the entire plane is laid out in a 2-2 configuration, even in the business class at the front. And if you're worried about feeling claustrophobic, fear be gone, because the angled luggage bins help to make the cabin feel airy. This is the view from seat 15A, not bad at all. But after realising there were some seats free towards the back, the cabin crew very kindly let me move to 28A, which gave me 2 seats to myself. Yes, it's a small plane, but the leather grey seats have a pitch of 32 inches, and with a width of 18, that's actually above average. At 5'9", even with the things in the back of the pocket, I found this really comfortable. With my bag below the seat, the legroom probably could have done with a little extra, perhaps even a half an inch of space. And as you can see, the seatbelt pocket is tiny. On the back of the seat, you'll find the safety manual and in-flight brochure, which we'll look at during the flight. And the tray table is on the small side, with no slide function, but these planes weren't designed for long journeys. It'll do. I'm not bothered as I have loads of time in Zurich, but it looks like we've been delayed.
Flight operated by Helvetic Airways. The flight time to Zurich will be 1 hour and 15 minutes, however, due to the bad weather in Zurich, we have to wait here.
Unfortunately, Zurich was experiencing some pretty heavy and wet weather, so the pilot had been requested to delay here at London City Airport, instead of adding to the queues of planes overhead in the skies of Switzerland. To pass the time, we were given this beautiful bar of chocolate, and this Swiss branded water bottle. After 45 minutes, the pilot has finally been given clearance to depart, so we're making our way to the south end of the runway for a departure to Zurich. Even though we're running late, this British Airways flight to Nice has been given priority, but it makes for good views. What do you guys think? There's something quite exciting about watching a plane take off, knowing you're next. As explained earlier, because of the short runway, you're about to hear the captain rev the engines with the brakes on to give us as much thrust as possible to take off. That was a pretty quick takeoff in less than 30 seconds. Sadly, as we tilt to the right, there are no spectacular views of Canary Wharf. Maybe next time. I did manage to grab a bite before the flight, but it doesn't stop my curiosity from wondering what's inside the menu. As menus go, it's quite an exciting one, and I'm even surprised to see French fries, although sadly quite a lot of the menu on the highlights page is pre-order only. Having exhausted my interest in the menu, I turned to the window for entertainment, sipping the branded Swiss water, which was refreshing. Other activities include playing with the overhead vent for fresh air and a little reading light. And that can only mean one thing. It's time for the review of the bathroom, which today involves queuing outside the galley. I wonder how many of you have considered taking up a job in the air and making this your office. When I finally got into the bathroom, of which there's only one, it was a nice experience. Some aspects of it, like the flush button, seem quite modern, but the design seems like an updated version of the A320. The white plastic and grey countertop all make this seem like it could look a bit dated in the next 10 to 20 years. After that short interlude back on my seat, we were beginning to approach Zurich, which given the weather from up here is hard to believe. How could it be grey, cloudy and wet below? It even made my day managing to catch this little clip of a Swiss train in the distance. We haven't had time for a little turbulence from this very, very dense cloud. I personally don't mind because I've booked a high-speed train for 2 PM to the beautiful city of Basel. If you want to see more, you can check out our aerial drone tour of the city on our channel. In the meantime, we're at a very remote stand, so it's a bus back to the terminal. Really good flight. Obviously I love the Embraer because it's Brazilian made, but the E2, which is the one we just travelled on, is the really modern version. So you get better lighting, better seats, obviously better design. Love this. Swiss seems like a really good company. The staff are really friendly on board. Obviously got the free chocolate, which was really nice, and Swiss milk chocolate is so good. Definitely love to try them again on long haul in the future. The seat was really comfortable and had loads of leg room. Obviously I moved towards the back, so that helped, but yeah, great plane. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, subscribe and like below.